I already got to go to court January 23rd when me and my mother fell out. Y'all came that way. That's what y'all did. Heck nah, that shit crazy.
New Year's Eve, before the fireworks had even faded, a gunshot tore through the peaceful atmosphere. Everything happened in just a few seconds. No one had time to understand what was happening, and the silence that followed was what truly felt terrifying. But the most haunting part was what was revealed afterward.
I ain't been done, man. I'm tired of just doing that. I'm tired of sitting in here for no reason.
Police quickly arrived at the scene and found two victims, Mia Vaughn and Lisa Vaughn, both injured. They were immediately taken for emergency treatment, and Mia's initial statement became a key factor in helping investigators determine the direction of the case. Prior to that, Mia Vaughn and her mother had allowed Justin Young, a man they knew who was going through difficulties, to stay in their home. There was no clear conflict in their relationship. In fact, it stemmed from an act of help. However, based on what was later recorded, Justin gradually developed personal suspicions, and those thoughts led to a serious incident that occurred inside the house that night. As witness accounts, the victims' statements, and initial information all pointed toward Justin Young. Police quickly identified him as the primary suspect and brought him in for interrogation. That is why this man found himself in the interrogation room, where he would have to face questions about what truly happened, and where the story would begin to unfold. From the very beginning of the interrogation, Justin Young appeared calm but quickly showed clear signs of confusion when questioned about the time and location on the night the incident occurred. He denied any involvement, but his statements were inconsistent, constantly changing, and failed to provide a clear timeline.
Just give me a rundown of what happened when the deputies talked to you. Where were you?
I pulled up at my mom's.
You at your mom's house? Where's your mom's house?
On Kipling.
Kipling.
Yeah, because I've been spending nights over there, so I was going over there spending night because to get closer to the job, Kelly Service.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go have an interview tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I get out the car, they run down. I got scared. I dropped my phone and the keys or whatnot. And then they was telling me about, they ain't telling me what the situation was. They just told me to come to their car. And he was gripping on his gun, and I was like, what's going on? I'm scared. I'm nervous. I got my hands up. Dropped the phone out my hand, I got my hands up. I don't know what's going on.
So you went to your mom's house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what time was that, you think?
To be honest, I don't remember what time.
So it was right when you pulled up at your mom's house?
As soon as I pulled up, they came out of nowhere, and then they said, what's your name? And stuff like that with the flashlight. And I was like, my name's Justin. Then you got the grip it on his holster there, the gun on his holster. It was over with. I dropped my phone there. I got scared.
Yeah, that was kind of scary. So you've been staying with your mom?
I've been. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is the two people that are telling me that you were up in Molino tonight? I believe them. Okay. And I'm trying, like I said, after a certain point, after we get done talking in here, there's not going to be another opportunity for you to say what you need to say. Okay. And I know things happen. Okay. I'm very familiar with that. I've had things happen with me too. I always want to have the opportunity to say, look, this is why, or this is what. Okay. After we leave here, if I keep getting the same thing from you, and after I leave here, you're not going to have that opportunity again. Okay. And then whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and that'll be it. You got a perfect opportunity right now to put yourself in a position where you can tell me what the deal was.
That's what I'm understanding. How are you going to tell me I was somewhere when I was not? If I was there, why you didn't get me there? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I wasn't up there.
Well, I got two people that definitely said you were there. And right now, like I said, you're not in a horrible spot yet. Okay? Not yet. Okay? And that's what I mean. I don't want to bullshit you and tell you that, that anything is going to be easy or whatever, but you've got an opportunity right now to tell me why or what or who.
Instead of answering directly, Justin often avoided the main point with vague details, making his story increasingly suspicious.
You shot a gun tonight?
I don't own a gun.
That's where you're running into a problem. Because if the people absolutely know who you are, they know where your mama lives, and they know you, and there's two different people that absolutely identify you by your name, by where your mama lives. That's it. I mean,
there ain't nothing but addresses. That don't justify who somebody did or what happened that night or whatever you trying to get at. I mean, that's just like me saying, okay, me and my cousin, we was in the house. Okay.
Let's say, for instance, that there was a problem. Okay. because I don't know.
Then you said my car. So, was my car even up there to be exact? You know what I'm saying? Well, my car was up there.
I don't know, was it?
That's what I don't know. I mean, you telling me, I'm telling you I'm not up there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You know, when we talk about your car, you're kind of vague about where you were, you know?
I was vague. I mean, I told you search my car, sir. You can search the car. I mean, whatever you're looking for, it might not be what you're looking for, you know, because I didn't do whatever you think I did.
It might not be there. Where might it be then? I mean, if it's not in the car, where would it be then? Because you said it might not be there.
I know I said it might, but might did come out my mouth.
Well, I mean, that's why I'm asking, man.
But I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know.
But you know that we don't have to have a gun either.
I mean, it ain't no gun. I don't know what you're talking about, a gun. I don't have no gun.
Obviously, these people didn't get hurt.
Who are these people? That's what I'm saying.
The people that live with your cousin, the people that know you, the people that seen you there, the people that called you by name.
They called me by name.
Yeah. Why do you think you down here, Justin?
They called Jesus by his name.
Yeah, because they knew him, right?
Jesus ain't right.
Some folks don't know him. Oh, they can say
right.
Some folks don't know him. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's true. That's true.
In interrogations, inconsistency from the outset is often a sign that a suspect is struggling to maintain a credible narrative.
You do realize that we're going to pull your phone records, right?
And your phone's going to be able to tell us right where you are.
And you know that when you use your phone and stuff, it picks up a tower, so we're going to be able to put you in cantonment out there in Barth and not down there in Warrenton where you said you was at.
And that's why we're giving you an opportunity
to tell us what happened.
So you want my number? My number is 850-901-1238.
Okay.
My area code 850 Industry Metro.
Okay, what's the 741 that you gave me? Is that just bullshit or what? Is it just bullshit?
Yeah, it's just bullshit.
You don't need one. Alright. You be in charge of 2 counts of attempted murder. You understand?
I don't see how that's possible.
Well, if they die, it's going to be 2 counts of murder. But as it is, because they identified you, they told the neighbor who it was. Justin Young. He shot me.
You can't.
Yes, we can. Yes, we are.
That's just anybody. Can you please be not in? I already got to go to court January the 23rd when me and my mother fell out. Y'all came that way. That's what y'all did. Heck nah, that shit crazy. It's crazy. Shit crazy.
I told you. 2 counts of attempted murder.
But I didn't do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
We got other information that says otherwise. Okay.
So, okay. What I'm finna say is, okay, what's the bun and whatnot? News anything like that too? I need to know because I'm in here once again. Word of mouth that I'm sitting in here for no reason. That's what I'm saying. If
I had to guess, it'll probably be around $250,000.
$250,000.
Yeah, $250,000.
But that's what I'm saying, man. That's crazy.
What?
Then I'm already because I'm supposed to go to court January 23rd because when something happened, then I'm supposed to they gonna
with what? Your mama?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Pulled a gun on your mama, didn't you?
No, that would wear them out too. That's why that's gonna be dropped. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Not because your mama don't want you to go to jail.
Man, I was already in jail for no reason, and then I had to do.
Obviously, you got some issues with the guns and people's word of mouth.
It's word of mouth because if I had this gun, where's the gun then? That's what
it don't matter, Justin. We don't need the gun. Okay, what we got is 2 people that are shot. Okay, and they say that you did it. That's all we need. Just
to have somebody see me.
Yeah, damn right. That's it. That's all we need. Okay?
And then how long it take for me to get a court date and everything too?
That ain't us. That's a slow process.
Oh man,
don't worry about going to work, man.
As Justin Young continued to deny any involvement, investigators shifted their focus to the surviving victim, Mia Vaughn. Mia explained that Justin had been staying with her family and that there had never been any serious conflict between them before the incident.
Okay. When you first met him, you guys were getting along okay? There wasn't any problems with anything?
Yeah, it was fine. It was like, when he'll come get the mail, it was just, hey, how you doing conversation. He'll ask me, have I been in the well since I've been down here, stuff like that. We'll talk about stuff like that. That was it. Like, it was nothing more.
Now, when he moved in there, from what I understand, it was because he'd had some issues with his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what happened there?
I mean, as far as I was told that he had just got out of jail because he pulled the gun on his mother or something about, he was saying he was going to kill her because she was the reason why he lost his job or something like that.
Okay. Where was he living at the trailer? Was he staying in the front room or did he have a room or what?
Justin? Mm-hmm. He was sleeping in the living room with my mom.
Like on the couch out there?
Yeah, he was sleeping on the sofa.
Okay.
And my mom would sleep on one and he would sleep on the other couch.
Okay. And your mom was telling me something about some sort of an argument that that he had with your mom. Not really an argument, but your mom had an issue with some of the rap music that he was playing.
Yeah, I was told that too. I wasn't actually in the house during that argument.
Okay.
I was actually next door when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But when I came inside, they had told me what happened, but it wasn't nothing major from my understanding.
Was there any kind of disagreement between you and Justin?
Never. We never had an argument. We never got into it. It was nothing. Like, never. It always was, what's up? We speak loud, crack a couple of jokes, whatever. I go back in my room. It was never. We never had no kind of disagreement.
On New Year's Day, while Mia and her mother were at home watching movies, Justin returned and accused someone of taking items from his vehicle before suddenly attacking her mother. Mia tried to intervene and stop the situation, but was seriously injured and forced to run to a neighbor's house for help.
Tell me about the day of what happened.
As far as New Year's Day, me and my mom was pretty much there by ourselves the whole day, because the day before he had came there and got the kids and his uncle, and he went and dropped them off. He dropped the kids off by their grandmother, and he dropped his uncle off. I'm not sure about his brother or about somebody out their family. And so pretty much for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, me and my mom were there by ourselves with my dog. So as far as that day, we was up early. My mama ended up getting up a little early. She cooked some turkey necks and stuff or whatever. We went next door. I went next door. Well, actually, me and my mom went next door for a little while. And my mom ended up coming back home because we was just gonna watch movies all day.
Mm-hmm.
We was watching movies, and my friend from next door had called me to come over there to get a little drink or whatever. So I had went next door for like 5 or 10 minutes. And I had told her I was going back inside by my mom because we had just found the movie that we was about to watch. And I ended up going back inside and sitting on the sofa. And that's how we were sitting on the sofa watching the movie. And my dog was sitting outside of me asleep or whatever. And when mom had went in the bathroom, she was in the bathroom while, I was playing on my phone or whatever. And at that moment when I was playing on my phone, my dog actually had woke up and was looking towards the kitchen. And, she was growling and stuff, but at that moment, I didn't see nobody. I didn't hear nothing and nothing like that, so I didn't really react at that time. Mm-hmm. And my dog ended up laying back down, going back to sleep, so I didn't think nothing of it. She only really gets up when she hears stuff, So when my mom had came out the bathroom, when she came out the bathroom, she had sat on the sofa. I'm lying. She was in the bathroom when he came in there. Because when he came in there, actually, I was sitting on the sofa that he used to sleep on. Mm-hmm. And he had the gun in a Whataburger bag from the food place, or Whataburger.
Did you see it when he first?
I didn't actually see the gun, but I saw the bag. I saw the bag.
Was he carrying the bag separate, or was his hand in the bag?
His hand was already in the bag, but I didn't pay him no mind because when he came in there, he actually stood in front of the sofa where I was sitting at and pointed it at me. And he did like this. I guess because it didn't go off, he just walked off. And I didn't pay him no mind because I was into my phone. I was like,
Did he say anything?
Not the first time. Not when he walked in, I was sitting on the sofa by myself. He didn't say nothing when he first walked in. He just, he pointed it at me and he just and walked off.
Through Mia Vaughn's account, investigators gradually gained a clearer understanding of the chaotic events that unfolded inside the home and why she believed the incident may have been planned in advance.
And as he was getting up from by the futon, she was getting up to go back to I thought she was going back to the bathroom. I don't know. She said she had already seen something. She had seen the weapon. She said she saw the bottom of the gun. That's why she was already on the phone with the neighbor, calling the neighbor, because she said she felt like something was about to happen. But I never saw it. I actually saw the gun a week before when he bought it, but I never saw it after that.
What did it look like?
It's all black. If I'm not mistaken, it was an all black gun because he came in there and he flashed it to his uncle. He was like, yeah, I got me another one. And his uncle was like, yeah, you got you another one, huh? And that was the last time I seen it. That was the first and the last time I seen it because he had stopped sleeping there after that. Like he slept there like 2 or 3 more nights and then he just stopped sleeping there. He just started coming there in the morning time, getting clothes and just leaving. So, my mom was getting off the sofa and she was already on the phone with the neighbor. So as he's walking up, I guess making sure he got the gun right in the bag. As he was walking up, he was like, I just want to know who's been stealing out my car. I never looked up because I don't entertain stuff like that. I don't steal, so I don't entertain stuff when, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom, I feel like my mom them gave you somewhere to stay. You don't really have nothing, so why would we steal from you? Mm-hmm. So as my mom getting up to walk out, my mom was like, oh, Justin, ain't nobody stealing nothing out your car. I still never looked up because it was irrelevant to me. Like, ain't nobody stealing from you. So like at this moment, I was playing on my phone, but after he asked the question, I was like, well, let me just look up to see what's going on. So as I looked up, he was already pulling the trigger to shoot my mom in the back. But when she got hit in the shoulder, I saw her grab her arm and go down. So I just threw my phone and started fighting with him over the gun. Mm-hmm. They had a rocking chair right there by the door inside the TV. That's what me and him was fighting it. And I was like pushing his head against the wall, and the rocking chair kept bouncing him back up, and I was holding his right hand off with my left hand because that's the hand he had the gun in. So I was trying to push that arm back to keep him because he kept trying to turn it to shoot me. So I'm trying to push it to where he gonna shoot me or whatever. So like after that, I kept pushing him back and forth. The rocking chair kept bouncing him back. So at this moment, he had a free hand because I'm trying to fight him with both of my hands. So he ended up pulling my hair, and he pulled me to the ground, and I pulled him on top of me because I knew that he could still stand over me and shoot me. So I pulled him on top of me, and we fighting over the gun as he's on top of me. So some kind of way my left hand slipped. I don't know how, but some kind of way my left hand slipped, and he put his knee on top of it. So he's choking me with his left hand as I'm still trying to use my right hand to push him off. He's choking me with his left hand. He's trying to get the gun straight right here on my head. But I see some kind of, I don't know if it's a red laser, so I saw some kind of red light. Some kind of red light. I'm seeing the red little beam or whatever as he's struggling to try to get the gun straight. I'm seeing the red little beam. So all I do, I took my right hand and I just pushed him to the left a little bit and just turned my face to, just hope that I avoid really getting shot or whatever. And as I was turning my head, he still pulled the trigger, and that's how I got hit right there. So he pulled the trigger, and when I realized I was hitting the face some kind of way, I just threw him off me, and I just jumped out the side door of the trailer and ran next door. But as I'm running next door, I hear him still shooting at my mom in the house. At that time, I didn't know she was still in the house. I thought she had then. But she said every time she tried to run past us, she was seeing the red light on the gun too. So she thought he was pointing the gun at her. I told her no, we was fighting over the gun. But as I'm running,
investigators focused on clarifying the relationship between Mia Vaughn and Justin Young before the incident. According to Mia, her family had allowed Justin to stay with them, and there had never been any major conflict between the two sides.
Where did you get hit?
It went through my temple, through my tongue. It came out right here, and it went in my shoulder right here.
And did they tell you what kind of permanent disability you're going to have?
I guess I'll find out when I go back to the doctor. I had an appointment in New Orleans, but I ended up having to come out here for this, so I came out here before my appointment. So
and I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, so my mama said she was going to set me up an appointment as soon as she can so I could go see. Because I know as of now, like, I still have fractured bones in my face. Like, from here to here, all this is fractured. I can't really eat the way I want to eat and stuff like that. I have no taste buds. As far as my tongue actually just went down like a week and a half ago. It was sore all that time. I have no taste buds. I barely eat because I really can't eat. I don't sleep. I don't really do nothing. I might get an hour or two of sleep and that's it.
Are you getting any counseling?
Not at the moment. I talked to a pastor, because I've been knowing him a long time. I talked to him, but I don't know. In my mind right now, it's nowhere around it. Like, it's just, I don't know if it's because it's still fresh or what it is, but
you need to get some counseling.
I know.
And this is from experience, from personal experience.
Right.
However, after piecing the details together, Mia began to believe that Justin had shown unusual behavior beforehand and may have planned his actions in advance, something that drew significant attention from investigators during the case. As the investigation unfolded, the case began to appear as a series of unpredictable events where panic and loss of control ultimately left devastating consequences for everyone involved.
Prior to that led you to believe that he was pissed off or
nothing. Like, even sitting here telling everything I could think of. I even told, like, even talking to my family members, I was like, bro, there's nothing I could think of that ever happened in that house that'll make us think that even when we saw the gun, like, my mama didn't see it, she just heard him talking about it. I was sitting on the same sofa that I was sitting on when he first shot my mama. That's how I was able to glance over to see what kind of gun he was showing, to see what gun he was showing to his uncle, because I was sitting right there and I just did like this and I was just like, okay, like, but other than that, we didn't think it was for us. We just, like, my mama was just like, oh, he must have went got a gun because he back out there, doing whatever he doing, whatever. I'm like, that's all on him. We didn't ever think the gun was for us.
Did you hear him say anything prior to this happening where he could have been making any intimations about him wanting to do it? Your mom was telling me something about, I can't remember exactly what she said, but she was saying something about him saying.
Only thing I remember is he told, when the kids were leaving, when he was taking the kids, he told the kids to tell us bye. or y'all tell them bye. That was the first time he ever did that. He have brought the kids by their grandma plenty of times. He have brought them other places plenty of times. He have never told them to tell us bye. I mean, if y'all ain't fine by his, all I can say, if y'all ain't fine by his mom and them, perhaps he threw it out on his way there because he did drive his car there. Yeah. So I'm just assuming maybe he threw it out. Did y'all find gloves or anything? He had black gloves on, like the gloves you'll buy your kids for when it's cold. Like he had them on.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah, he had some black gloves. So I don't know if he threw it out on the way to his mom's house or what he did. I don't know, but he definitely had it.
Okay. All right. Raise your right hand for me. Swear the information you provided is true and correct to the best of your knowledge.
Swear.
Okay. If there's anything else you can think of, Mia, your mom has my phone number if you need to talk. Okay. Call me. Not a problem. Okay. If you need help.
Okay.
All right.
The final minutes of the interrogation did not produce a clear confession, but revealed much through Justin's reactions. He continued to maintain his denial, but could no longer provide specific reasoning to support his story.
You good? You need anything?
Some more
Water? You gotta get some water.
All right, thank you. Hey, how long do you think it'll take?
For what? Take you over to jail?
No, I'm talking about taking me to jail.
Yeah.
I go to jail for?
I told you. 2 counts of attempted murder.
But I didn't do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
We got other information that says otherwise. Okay.
So, okay. What I'm finna say is, okay, what's the bond and whatnot? You use anything like that too? I need to know because I'm in here, once again, word of mouth got me sitting in here for no reason.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
if I had to guess, it'd probably be around $250,000.
$250,000?
Yeah, $250,000.
But that's what I'm saying, man. That's crazy.
What?
Then I'm already, because I'm supposed to go to court January 23rd because when something happened, then I'm supposed to, they gonna
With what, your mama?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, gun on your mama, did you?
No, that would read him out too. That's why that's gonna be dropped. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Probably because your mama don't want you to go to jail.
Man, I was already in jail for no reason. And then I had to
obviously you got some issues with the guns and people's word of mouth.
It's word of mouth because if I had this gun, where's the gun then? That's what
it don't matter, Justin. We don't need the gun. Okay, what we got is 2 people that are shot. Okay, and they say that you did it. That's all we need.
Just to have somebody see me.
Yeah, damn right. That's it. That's all we need. Okay?
And then how long it take for me to get a court date and everything too?
That ain't us. That's a slow process.
Oh man. Oh,
don't worry about going to work, man.
Meanwhile, information from the victim and the crime scene was sufficient to form a complete picture for investigators. The interrogation ended in a heavy atmosphere, not because of a lack of answers, but because what had been revealed was enough to define the entire incident. The truth does not always come from a confession. Sometimes, it is the contradictions and gaps in a person's statements that say everything.
Man, he wasn't being funny. So I don't think he was just a listener. So why would he even talk to me anyway and tell me this and that? So if anybody see by word of mouth, but the person not being there, y'all still lock folks up like that when they ain't had nothing to do with anything we never do?
Tell the truth, man, I can't talk to you about it. Because what you said. But it kind of works like that.
But no, come on. So by me talking, I can be able to go?
By you talking, what?
You know what I'm saying? Just by cooperating, I can be able to go.
Well, you already told me you wanted to speak to her.
I'm going to take that out.
Because I'm tired of sitting in jail for no reason. Man. That's just crazy. Because that's just like, okay, I come home and someone said I was up this way and somebody said my name and now I'm going to jail because what he said or she said.
Dude, Justice, you got to take pictures of yourself. Stand on it. Do you have any injuries on you?
No.
Okay.
After the investigation and trial process, Justin Young was convicted on 2 counts of attempted murder based on the victim's testimony and related evidence. At the court hearing, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison, bringing the case to a close with the price paid for his actions. Fortunately, both victims survived the incident, but what they went through left lasting impacts, becoming an indelible part of their lives. 30 years in prison, that is the number delivered by the law, but for what the 2 victims have to live with every single day, is that number truly proportionate? Or does justice sometimes exist only on paper, while the consequences last forever?